What's up, guys? So I apologize for missing N7 Day. But you know what? What I was thinking, I was like, you know what? When you're a fan, when you're a Mass Effect fan, it's N7 Day every day. But I have something to talk about when it comes to N7 Day. Because I was like, let's see what happened. Let's see if Bioware announced anything or anything like that. And they did show off the exosuit, the N7 exosuit for the Interceptor in Anthem, which looks cool, right? It's like, oh, okay, cool. I'm not a big fan of it's when you mix one thing with the other thing. When they merge franchises, it's like, why? It's like, okay, it might be cool for the fans and whatever, but I kind of prefer lore and like stick to what makes that game special and not mix what makes another game special when it doesn't make sense. But the thing that caught my eye was a news article. I was like, wait, what? BioWare teases the future of Mass Effect. So I watched the N7 Day video that they put up, and I thought it was really nice and everything. I was like, what does N7 mean to you? And it's like, oh, that's cool, And yeah, I totally related to the video when it was like, you see somebody walking down the street with an N7, and it's like, oh yeah, what's up? You know that they know what's up. But then at the very end, Casey Hudson, he says N7 is about coming to the office and dreaming about the future of Mass Effect or something like that. I was like, that's it? That's teasing the future of Mass Effect? I'm dreaming about the future of Mass Effect doesn't make it true. I thought they had teased the future of Mass Effect, but they literally just said, we dream of the future of Mass Effect. I think everybody that is a Mass Effect fan dreams of a future of Mass Effect. It's like, why wouldn't they consider it? I mean, this is a franchise. Yeah, maybe they said, there's no more Mass Effect for the near future. But it's not like they're going to kill the series. I think it all depends on what happens with Anthem. So right now, Anthem is the thing that we should be focusing on, not the future of Mass Effect or the future of Dragon Age, because right now it all depends on what happens with Anthem. But it made me think of what I dream of when it comes to the future of Mass Effect. I was surprised in myself, given how huge of a fan I am. My channel was based off of Mass Effect in the very beginning, Mass Effect Talks. And it was just really emotional for me, Mass Effect Andromeda, not being able to finish it. I came to the conclusion that, and almost immediately, I didn't even have to think about it too much, that I don't want another Mass Effect. I feel like Mass Effect after Andromeda, it kind of proved something. This world, this lore, this series, Mass Effect, is huge. What does N7 mean to you? And you could probably get a different answer from everybody, from every fan. To me, Mass Effect is the story of Commander Shepard and his crew. I was one of those people that was absolutely open to a new character. I was ready to let go of Shepard. After Mass Effect 3, I was like, okay, cool, I was fine. That's how my Shepard story ended, and I was ready to move on. And I feel like this is one of those cases where the more you prod it, the more you pick around, the worse it might get. With so many people against each other after Mass Effect 3. And then what happened with Andromeda, more backlash from people. It was kind of like, okay, I think it's time to let it go. If it was like, no, we're gonna continue Mass Effect because, EA wants to make the money or whatever because this series is lucrative, then I would probably like to see something like a prequel. It's already a huge world. Just play with that already. Don't add to it. Don't add different galaxies and different aliens and all that, because it got out of hand. It was so big already that you add more onto it and it's going to get huge and it's going to get hard to manage. BioWare is going to feel like they need to make it even bigger and bigger, and that's kind of what happened with Andromeda. They tried to make it too big. Before Andromeda was even announced, we knew that there was a Mass Effect coming, another one. And a lot of people thought that it was going to be the First Contact Wars. And I was like, oh, no, I don't want to do the First Contact Wars because we already know what happens, and I don't, I would prefer something in the future. But now with the experience that I had with Andromeda, I am thinking that it just made the series bigger and harder to manage. So maybe by sticking to what is already there, anything in between the Mass Effect trilogy and what we have to work with, the First Contact War, I think would be the better idea, and not be adding here and there and more and making it huge, especially because of the type of game that it is. That's one thing that Mike Gamble had said with Mass Effect 3 in a panel. He said that Mass Effect 3 towards the end just got out of hand. Like, it was so much that they had to consider from the past games that it was hard to bring it all together and to an end at the end of Mass Effect 3. I wouldn't want to see any of the main characters from the trilogy. Same species, just new characters. This would be very Grand Theft Auto-esque, like Grand Theft Auto 5, where you know how you switched characters? You had 3 characters that you would play. If they did the First Contact War, it would be really cool to me if you could switch between 2 characters. Like, you would get the point of view of the Turians and the point of view of the humans. Like, where you would have a human character and you would have a Turian character. I know it's very, very out of the ordinary for Bioware and for Mass Effect, but I feel like that might be pretty interesting. Definitely keep the game smaller, not as huge as Andromeda tried to be. And just play with what they have, because what they have is a huge playground. Definitely things that people want to see. Or maybe it could even be like Mass Effect stories, like little stories, little games. By little, I mean like a 10-hour, 15-hour game about the First Contact War where you play a Turian. Maybe another one where you play a human. And then maybe another one like during the Rachni Wars where you play a Krogan or something. Or even like during the Genophage where you play a Solarian. It would make Mass Effect very episodic. But I don't know. I like episodic games because they're not too huge. You could beat them fairly quick. And you are always constantly getting a story from a series that you love. I kind of prefer that over some huge Mass Effect game like that introduces new characters and new races. It's like, no, I don't want that anymore. I want to really appreciate what this world is. I don't want anything new, because what we have already, there's so much there that you could incorporate the fans into and have them interact with. It's all these backgrounds, all this history. Or even like during the Protheans, have a story where you're one of the Protheans. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys dream of for Mass Effect's future and what you guys think of my ideas, my weird, crazy ideas. But that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.